communications team member for Movement for Change. Ebo Atnase. Saso na Yenuaba Jennifer Uforiwa Queen, Deputy Communications Director for the MPP. And so and Emmanuel Adote Alote, 2024 NDC parliamentary candidate for Enyaso Otum. And so says nipa na minimum money na ubia nya the position minyanti Alote diana nra and I'm a taste ba ko na oba so ko tema oil refinery or genedie hi kode wan kakra nkyere me na muzo wa post on status enti ese mbuza Alote se wanya
but so on for be argument one country
one country
but who is the power the flow besava
oh say had e wo hada
baby akọ
ye betwe omo
uni baby akọ
o free power obeba wo power so obeba but say wo power na dodge dia power ni free unsa yezu ye be dodge
of course
Alote ana wonsa ka
Obaba
and I'm quite so bass one.
I who knows what fear cry. I got to be happy at that.
I say, oh, the bill. I said, Nelson and the Nima yesterday, baby.
Why you and I went to a year to a piece? No one to know.
Baby, when you miss it,
you are in Chenam. Cassiano.
Grow for your money, Akokona.
Kakako, yes,
Uncle Bowen will be. A money Akokona, no Matiatus.
Akoko, yes, if you did. They had number be near Chichano, and I come to see number.
I can't move Tuesday team.
Tuesday for as I may discriminate.
There be such any request. I can't speak for the other.
Next week Tuesday. Mobana money akokonamsia. School feeding no.
School feeding.
Alote.
Obama. Bibi onya mensem.
Bibi onya mensem.
Mami fa konya wenchia. Hwefo nyina on Angel TV.
Yeah.
Na mo amuti enso on radio. Na minchia was still news. Me chobia. Na opensu ma minchia Ora John Dramani Mahama. Na yenchia mami vice president so. Na mi adom bibia ye kama.
Okay.
Say the money leave. Na on for arrest kakra. Very soon e beteninka.
Right.
Me chia mi mami so Madam Valerie baby channel. Na mi show mo nyina.
Okay. Jennifer Queen.
Bra.
Bibia boko anope.
Bibia boko ahomache na ti woni antimidate won because we share Ghana flag no Kitu ase people ni
chiwiano me lusu bese 11 to 12
one so na ati we
me aso ni
enya dia osun bia
na masa lusu 12 kg
I know right
me dia manya me ba say esan ba bia
be strength am so spiritually and physically
yeah
and mam esan ye mo ho adwuma
esa wo yade
I know right
bia
ko pa ye my dey
ye bobi mamo na se be ya mo be ye papa no because obi bom pa ye ma na oguzo ye bone enko
say ye eti
Tuesday for the bom pa ye mamo pa because mo twema so pa
Tuesday zo na ma show dey
aye
last week holiday ya ma na hadwo na adwo
na Jerry say ne won te ase da
for send me message na mo ama see the holidays yes and what na TV
ne asuma dwe because
asuma ntimenyo da
Tuesday no mo ye mo de no ne yeso ye ho kire ye wa ha
no right
ebo bibia e fine yeah de nyam yes
Cape Coast say mo kan fancy
Cape Coast for say o mo pe o fancy ne ba no waka
mo kan fancy ti anape ma min chechia ahwefo no onye tiefo nyina
right
na afiso min chia man kasa me panyin oye oral enchantment na no kafo mama part
ye wi abato e mi share dan hu no okay
na mi chia oye enuanum na nyankofo a movement for our user for nyina na pay mi chicho bibiara
good ultimate start here free so na
ejima bi eni wa obe fa as a worker out of charity. People only employ say we opportunity to make more profit. That is the only time they employ you to help them to make more profit. And he say, or to me, exporting more, meaning say you will expand the business and look for different lines of what exportation. Then also abua na ya fa bebre ejumem. And the unemployment say e be affecting no. I mean, I buying profit tax crowd OG from the honor to say profit tax no a function of the profit. Say want to me a profit it will affect tax na origin. So it has serious implications. And until finance minister, foreign affairs minister, and minister of trade, to me any American ambassador enya sa ankita wono is very important. And I'm happy. Say mami nanka say tariff ya pa na say grandfather Trump edibano. Ebe hard dream pa. Nti omo nhwe no mo bibi. So I'm just hoping say they will look at it and then affect, especially say sa niamana ABI free Ghana Eco Americano. If the Americans have the alternative product, meaning say because importing company wa Americano say or the 10% make Kenya or Tony meaning the price will go up.
Yeah.
Once price is increasing, every consumer will look for the alternative product. And they say to me, be able to me user it will replace in here free Ghana no.
And then the second cry.
Meaning say we have problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a serious issue. And say grammar say some of the scientific science research that I'm on India have been able to do something that looks like the cocoa powder. When they break the cocoa beans and your powder now chocolate, they are able to produce an alternative. Meaning it will get to a point they will not rely much on our cocoa beans.
I'm going to produce anything.
Exactly.
It look like beans.
Exactly. And they say, Niamana, yet to me, America. Though I mean, if you check here, among the top 5 countries are Ghana trade with the American count, but I believe say the top 10 count. So whatever they are buying from us, has significant impact on our exporting companies. And it's something we have to look at now and confetti because you see, like I told you, let me have Ejuma needs to be in here. So we need to look at it. And I think so, you're producing and I say Ghanaians are not able to consume everything. Then how do we store the risk? In the export in the
okay.
And I believe say finance minister ni, foreign affairs minister ni, your friend is saying Minister of Trade or Mushia opinion of free America. That is the ambassador to Ghana. Something good will come out of it now. Okay. Nobody is saying say they shouldn't protect American businesses. All you need is to protect American business. They can revamp production. Americans will rely on local production more. Now most of much money and they can employ more. Fine.
Right.
But we say the same way a wake up call. Edima Africans. Because your population is over 1 billion.
Yeah.
Over 1 billion. And I don't see the reason why you need to mean trade among African countries. Once the population in economics is market.
Yes.
And he said, oh, nipa 1 billion. And I use to do so. Why can't we trade Ghana and Nigeria? Ghana and Togo, Ghana and Burkina Faso, Benin, and so on and so forth. Why? So he said, wake up call say that we should look inward. Now, Ghana, Africa for and trade. And this is where they after now you set it up now. This is where it will be very, very relevant.
Yes.
Let's come up with things. Because we say, if you remember, West African currency, the ECO. Up to now, we have not been able to do. Do you know why? And if you don't take that, we can practical. We should practicalize BBI. By now, we should have a data. HSA Ghana cocoa. No, how many continents to call Tunisia, Morocco, South Africa, and so on? I think we share Ghana trade. No, at least we are doing well with South Africa because South Africa is, I think, the 4th.
Importer from Ghana. Yes.
Exactly. But we should do more. We have everything in Africa. I don't see why we should be importing rice from Vietnam and all those places. Nigeria is doing very well when it comes to rice. Why can't we take rice here? The rice here in Nigeria, Ghana.
Which is easier and cheaper.
Exactly. So we should look at all these things. Let's trade among us. Jumano will expand in Africa. The Jumano expand in Africa. We have Ghanaians in Nigeria. Every month they will come home. The same way applies to Nigerians and so on. Let's trade among. So after must wake up. We must see more data-driven, activities. And yet, Kasano, say conference, big hotels are. After must go, they must share data at every quarter. Who say Ghana Niamana exporting and Mubi and here na yet to me call. How many African countries in Africa?
Yes.
How are we also taking things from there? But they be na China ni Switzerland ni if any Europe ni it no help us. And now that Americans are coughing Africa be a catchy code. And I feel so monkeys play by size.
Yes.
Near paying for a but we cannot retaliate. Saying we are setting some tariff against America.
Zimbabwe, remove your tariffs. Fight.
Exactly. Monkeys play by sizes. Say who say okay, who say 10%, this means more than 15%. Who will suffer?
Ghana.
Intimacy, because we have a Juma. exporting companies no at least anya bia no more employed Ghana for e be affect when the same exchange rate no because the foreign influence no so it's better
yeah
e be affect profit and that's a tax na buying edge because the exporting company no need product because from like I said no tax is a function of the profit because from I mean it's a tax buying edge no because from so there are a lot of consequences.
Okay,
let's explore the African market. Say trade war BIC here. The next thing I hope is you change your trade destination. And it's the timer. I'm expecting practical policies after practical discussions. And yet, Kasa, kind of textbook. There be. Let's see data. HSA. Yeah, near my free Ghana, South Africa. See. Now, yeah, by moving from that level to a higher level. And he said then to create more jobs in South Africa, create more jobs in Ghana for Africans.
Okay.
Wow. And then it's Americans will always wake up and say this. Also, I say you can say they are even cutting off the US aid. No, I feel look at the amount of money I supporting the health sector. No, wow, and we have to run around to look for money. The dependency, no, MY, we must be self-reliant. And now, many Jennifer and Patton, Omoka, I say what Ghana beyond aid, and I said Omoka was a good policy. But point in say, we must start doing practical things. And yet slogans. MYM. We are too much visited with slogans and Niyama MYM. Let's do practical things. Then start to say, Niyama be movie from Eko Togo, Eko Benin, Eko Nigeria. Nigeria didn't so Eba. Let's trade.
Okay.
Because we have the market. The population is huge. More than 1 billion people in Africa.
The second largest continent by population.
So why can't we trade among ourselves? What is stopping us? Oh.
You talk about why can't we trade? I think say the barriers are too many. Say free Ghana now all contribute say a Central African country Cameroon and Abebia. Ubeti made 24 hours or kwem. Obi all call Italy and US obedreja.
It's true.
Sometimes all call African country back when you see Europe.
Don't even use them. Who ye call Obiti Morocco how it felt. Look at the struggle.
Obeform.
Network issues. But Obiti US far away. Efrewa, clean and clear. Wow. So we should look at all this in African communication technology. We have a lot to do.
Transport, communication, language.
We should do all these things. It'll be but I say we are so happy. Say a gift. So like we are happy to depend on them. I don't know. We should move away. And I think near American government ban also. African leaders, some of the things that were put there by the colonial masters. It's an indirect way of controlling you. And you see, most of the times, but say, baby, free one, sir, I only believe free because we are thinking, say, oh, you pay on the aid now, Ebano.
Aid in the pay.
Why? Over dependency on the Western world.
That's it. Jennifer Queen, to see idea near Momu ya Diama Africa, we are seeing Trump or take decisions that affect you be now no COVID. Yes, answer Ukraine war. I feel wheat in a near being top because the whole Ukraine one year would trade wheat. And your wheat in
iron roll.
Cement, clinker, Nina, I want a free bar. Abrofo mote 3,000, 4,000 miles away and the dictate say Trump de tariffs by ama ya hwe ya niema ye krakwa bridge ne de kra ba high hoasem and the empanyfo ya koshiomo ya nhwe how we can build them from there and then them say politics na me de papa
it's a way national discourse.
Yes.
Mama watching menchia onu production team. Na menchia menu ya mema mi no uncle body am say the first time I menchia.
Okay, last 2 weeks now. Okay, about Thursday. Yes, yeah.
No, where is still now?
Me tell you, I was saying
control on the Facebook page. I'm so called German South DC no Wenya. A friend may be say Jekwa no control the Facebook page. O man to man. No trust a politics is a complex game. I'm done. And the chair Yamano Trade Commission Executive Secretary ya baby Yama.
So she's not done.
We're threatening she isn't done. But who did as a politician as to how we defend this post so we delete and go for take it screenshot. Go me screenshot will be attached with an appointment and DCC.
One can is also be anke ya mano.
One can say through one baba no dey over here through to kwabo ni mo. I can't tell we be our fan what to din. What to din. And then the idea had been this. They say kwaku say onyi na new. Me nwa man no na aka nyina omunya bi. Those that I thought say nanka ye na anke chiche. First quarter na twam no so de Obama nya de awu nya hwe o. Enya de onya bibia tu de na tunyum and enya hwe. No you baba kasa ke de bia about chia honorable Harry Sawyer on. Valerie Sawyer no and no chia no de bia chia ma no boa.
Say ne mama.
No chia no ntima mi nte.
O prepare baby come am.
Baby here.
Position de be
Having pen a who say about Nabia Pay and Coda, and no crime meaning so one part.
There's a Minerals Commission said the old one and our airport, so Nina Betty
Minerals Commission Pamano. The airport to play via 2018 play videos was one of you try and yet the man who to be defended. Or when you're so big. Won't go back before no more or more. Never I'm sorry, man, and no copy man. Because the way you man, we didn't do anyway. You say if you want to be the same right, so no need pay DDR. You could share, Nanky at the near man a behiano. Send a boy didn't say the crowd locally. Yamon on a boy, you did not become maybe I'll pay Jabu Muka cry. I think it's a gun for better. Also, yeah, you see, indeed, fear dear. I deal with me kind. COVID nearby and a betray be we are sick. Say, we are singing now, be a need you, or be answered, you be unfunny, never more dear or any general. Because I see here, a wabe muntina me de make us. Okasa Russia Ukraine war. Unim so so nyawo countries are na cranium including Abuja man oni kura. Wheat ne man nya African kwana na ye kra wo. Globally. Obia no cranium wo Ukraine bia got affected. It is a bibia den ye kan ye wa ban mu no ye kan. Hey, wo de ko say friend say Russia Ukraine war omo de free COVID e de abese Russia Ukraine war. But last month you say last 2 weeks. Ye rajon Romani mama. Wakono o makasa se kebe yanka ntokwa no momfa ne magufo. You know why? Unman se kire. Se tokoso a it will affect his government. The same way it was affecting ye nyina when Ghana was not exempted from it. But what is but sabre no na bia no pese power sesenti no ye kan sem bi gu ya so o mutimi mu o man no e no mo ka se a friend say what do you call it? O mo de ko share Russia Ukraine war. But that time no eniyama clink ideas meant ayon ross ne niema hwita ye de to brodo esam kra ne ye de to brodo ye de bechibo fruit ye de baby bia na ho na ne ye kra free de ba. When we were talking about it, we thought ye amanyo 70 but me nyamba me tena why cite examples be including what you say eti ade e be benefit o man no se ni de bia ye to ye ka se hu se eja to bia bodu so won se so na de si udi on ense se o de abega na kra no or you're vulnerable with us. Yeah,
10%. Maybe a 50%.
Maybe a 50. Maybe a 25. African countries, maybe a 15.
Less to 50.
50. Some Ghana no credit deportation in Yamana no enough Ghana can.
Yeah.
Ghana, what is a deport you be back?
None of visa cry there or dear and so cry in him.
There be any. Okay, and you might be blue how a Ghana free me name sir. Or special relationship with us, na be here. Se Ghana na ye bless.
Say enye omo boy.
Eti ka we na on se Ghana fo ankasa ko ba bi omo dwene omo.
Yeah.
Omsu so omo. Ghana fo se da nye basabasa. Ye na man mu na amanyosem ntini. Ye we ukọ other African countries sorry, ukọ Europe no ne ade Germany obaba eni sinu hu sama ba pene na ni age. The fact we hu se Jennifer Queen kure na ni age o timbe hwe ba bi ate. Enye hwe o pa wasam kwa. Ba ye bakroma atwade a ya hye gloves akuturuku no akuturuku box ya ye bolo kure mu no ba ye tu kwan a Ghana for comport omo. All that I can say is say economic implications e beba ye so no aban no sem se wo tu agina akono omo kasa.
Yes,
otimi ye hu bibi na ka ba 3% ka be boy. I'm not talking enye governance as this is a national discourse because businessmen are ye kra ne mako ye importing ye ma ye exporting ye ma ene ade no. So Kokrania man not 10% that's what mine it is going to maybe no the consumer is going to bear whatever cost that comes with it. It will also be a soon anyway. That's what I say. In as much as I hear present and you may be in my economy in any idea. You also be soon anyway because I know that this was said yeah can no one can on into more. Ebe affect here. Yeah, to have a consuming. Yeah, na ye benya soon so. You get it. it is a woman to me naka. Said me naka babe suggest the crab. So ma etu anamo akodia. No man nka. Said would be or consider who your mobile chichi bas was in kofa baby. Red ne cost one year day. For on a power their power. But not now, baby, and again for their roaming about America, be a corner juma. Our money problem.
Yeah.
But what I say. But I know some of my 3 months dead and then say, it be a name of or consider any at the internet, so you ever found a say. It be a dear Musa, a yena boy, man, a boy in it's good, or more to one.
Yeah, no,
but baby, ever quack was senior him.
And something him and a Mukushia, a black something, foreign affairs, trade, finance. Yeah.
It was.
May insight into the meeting now Mukoshia and also best suggested you do one was he say oh baby one pa
someone person make a problem in your show say your custom who you talk about your foreign minister
foreign affairs yes
foreign affairs minister
and at force and finance and deputy trade Samson ahi and agri business and so
into Dumelo Kobi.
Debbie.
Agri. So no agri.
Or no deputy agri.
Agri business.
Trade and agri business.
Ministry here. Ministry of Trade and Agri Business.
And that's it.
And a foreign affairs and so any ambassador. And somebody from the finance department ministry.
Yes.
Okay. It's time on the air can your man di air higher no air can. So Krumha. Why shall see to Krimade? Turquoise green inside shirt.
Now,
so
Bonnie Banner,
my
say, and your politics.
So,
one country.
Mama, time was so one was because what do time at uncle? Because of the man, Aeroplane now cocaine, a woman. No, what the uncle about 3 minutes are coming, a holiday on fat different for way man. Okay, because Timmy and then all can some the on say, Queen say, oh, incumbent me crack. Nanka Montpellier or Mocana Trump or Famla 3%. Many are just a can't say, I feel was a man.
Only Bibi, a dear Bako was a gunner for you who say. In as much as Sabia a 2 position, you will be able to wish Ghana bad. Trust me. Young we see a buying we say, oh, there be a some of the day. You will say, make us a free man. What you say? There be a big wish, Uti, or some a buying a basso and I say, be a PP.
Yes,
but to be an war, by say, or my gun and could said, or would be ye, and say, no more paying in answer, because ditch no mine anymore was that be almost in your money now. I don't know, something cash woman. So, I say, yes, it's because me trust like a time, I can't go, what to be a cameme, you can't enough some no, and I can't.
I never was all pro money.
What, when it comes to national discussion, me be oti me be anim said how I communicate. This national discussion.
Yes.
Adwadifo asam na ye ka. Otima me kire na se. Adwadifo asam na ye ka. Say obi use ram ne sa kasa kese ya. Ye nkran woni am free America na ba.
Ene de ba.
Etu ode ba na se a friend say yera lo te use ram yi. Na me tie kobo se a. Oh, you're a solo intimi and Cassa consider because Ninu no any show so Ninu no your mind can any. Or crab banner the board and said the other born and the first one account. So when there's a national discourse until I make us say, yeah, we see a buying way, TMP Nima per be over catch or say, won't wish the government bad. Because at the end of the day, BB caught and Tantia United to money. Nemo mono, you best see almost near show more friend say, we say. And near maybe I was saying, yeah, made a suggestion, and I listened to Honorable Kojo Ponkoma. He spoke the same way I make us say, yeah. Said Nankom Sata no moon to anamo. Tim ya we show TV3. No munyam koi. It's no suggested said the makers at least to me consider said ye what he's been charitable and vulnerable to Ghanaians. Say Ghana for the beard and so for some reasons I don't know. Say personally or Sahara relationship no with us I mean to me because America ni any issue that. Tina Grandma J contract and say in appropriate time we deal with him. Who better deal with Trump? The party 3 million ginas why is whether na kokon. And only idea na ye suro kakra. So there's koka. No ko yisa asam no ba catch the ye ra ku je to abla kwase. Say na vice president kan eti dia na mo kafa ho. Na akwa ye twema mentwe. But so ultimate so kakra maye as o my Ghana. As to how other African countries will go and negotiate, that's none of our business. But o my Ghana asam ne ye ka say before buying home na ye consumables no so no. Ye na ye kwa purchase niyama no ya ba be consume ye nso ye ho ahen ha ye kakra.
Exactly.
The man was umam time ni become the chire ba.
Yes, member be what kind of pepe or some more for team no discuss negotiation and the anticipation
na me problem but I no person make something he could be
only a deputy
minister for
trade and agribusiness and my exporty agribusiness largely
the
seasoned politician.
Oh yeah, so yes.
And I'm just obi ade ni PA koi na assistant ni ade obi ade no ko be kurukura na bag send yes because embrane na ye ninka so na baby anu ye nka wase say o maduro baby o maduro ya time a na wase nkrofo na mdo makọ na enya politics sa ha na ye ka
omo ye ha
omo shia ambassador man ko US
hono dey I retract it Matias
but
some you were something hit okay okay
minim say
omo fa results papa mra
okay
it omo kan ha na abrofo no de muaye na koma Trump wa America
anase betimi kura akọ yes you betimi akọ
em just say we mo no babo akire
obi a ogine mu Ghana
Matias but I don't they need to brief him sit him down and brief him and yes no omo ba ye na
omo de be kwa amaye
okay
omo de be kwa amaye
uncle boy ni awusam
yanko uncle bo ho Ibo Backman wo Ghana tariffs and US haggle issues abetodwe
Obama, so tariffs is a tariffs are tax on exports.
Yeah.
Now, even before this tariff, Babano, see, also the yatri and I fee, BB also there, Yahoo. Now, as a junior got to tariffs issue no do.
Okay.
Because even before the tariff, Babano, na Ghana and exporters, when you're competitive.
Yeah.
Because of cost of production.
Yes.
And see, it's a issues and I holistically. The yes, before tariff, Babano Ghana and exported to them. Because one of the things are also the issue as on money. The issue of cost of production.
Yes.
Because countries now will compete for one common market. Maybe I open their cotton was the same country no be supposed to cotton as well.
Yeah.
But if two people or two companies are producing the same product there in Suya, okay to me. Let's say one is producing it at a cost of let's say $1. A cost producer or a cost of $2, certainly more producer at the cost of $1. No pricing, we be to pricing.
Exactly.
So what marketing or what on the product no wage was it. So the issue of making our exporters or the export business, competitive, or a very important issue there already. But you and see with what has happened, case in why worse because now. The Americans will see our product to be more expensive because of the tariff. Say, this is where we need to get understanding. As I export to America, say, America sankasa wo substituter about affecting. But American phone is substituter because tariff here. Thomas Bay or your universal tariff. They will also get it expensive from other country. But
exactly.
I don't know what you understand.
That country, tariff higher than Ghana.
Did you get the point?
Yes.
So even the Indian products na over suffer because some of the products, if you don't get it from maybe Africa, you can't get it from America. But the ones that they can easily have substitute in America. Then they will switch to the internal. That man brother can. The whole idea is to make sure the American folk will now support one businesses, one industries. Because over the years, at a point in time, Americans were producing so much that they even started sending their businesses outside, especially China and India and other places.
Yes.
Now it is affecting the American economy. So now they want to look inward and see how they can build their companies and their factories to create jobs. and to also to strengthen the economy. Until Trump, the way they making decision, I don't believe you need to be so much concerned about negotiation. I don't think he's going to
mind.
He's going to change his mind. I mean, honestly, I don't think he's going to change his mind.
I think the good thing about this negotiations and discussions is next time or take a decision or share the reaction, because countries need be or they toss on almost one double or more there. Like China. Now, there is a trade war.
Yeah, Trump. If you have studied Trump, Trump, this thing is exciting. I mean, he likes the trade war. Yeah.
Okay.
So Obama, the effect. My brother said all the effects it will have on the economy. The issue of our export earnings affecting our currency. The issue of employment. The issue of government, and significantly, when the year lose, the agua is gone.
Yes.
Agua is now gone, because with agua, in American for me, the export in America without tariff.
Yeah.
Now with this, it means agua is gone
completely. It was even gone.
Yeah, well, of course, it was supposed to end this year. People talked today. Okay, maybe there could be renegotiation.
Yeah.
But then it is gone. So. On that score, so the question is, what is the way forward as a nation? For me, that is what is important, because we can't negotiate to change the situation. So what do we do as a nation? In the face of all these things, you tell me I survive as a nation. For me, today, it is Trump. Tomorrow, it could be anybody. So when you are building your economy, you should build your economy in such a way that when even external forces, like what is happening, so you can survive, because
robust economy.
Yes, because you have built your economy.
Right.
That is why it is important that as a nation, what do we do as a nation in terms of building our economy? Last time about Makasim be there, the paradox of Ghana institution in there, we are a country so rich, yet we are so poor. We are so rich, yet we are so poor. Because in terms of natural resources,
yes, we
are extremely rich. But in terms of the way you manage your natural resources, in terms of the way you we have become a country so poor that when you can say a kawa minian in people cost of living abrabom yazin magana nyibia except the political class, a few even the political class. Except those who just lost power and those who are now in power, who are also here to enjoy. So apart from that, Ghana you be take home pay until me in the lorry station. So the issue is, what should you do? And that's where I want us to focus.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we need to first diversify our export destinations. Because we need to diversify our export destinations. We need to identify more market out there.
New market
out there, apart from the US market. Because there are markets there's no tariff. If you go to UK, for example, some of the produce we export to UK don't add tariff-free product. We need to look to China. We need to look India or Asia, let's say the Asian tigers. If first your focus was Europe and America,
West,
let's look at East now. Then also, more importantly, my brother mentioned the issue of Africa Continental Free Trade Area. For me, that should be the game changer for Africa. That should be to have a population of 1.4 billion, to have a total combined GDP of 3.4 trillion. To have a market that has the potential to grow to 6.7 trillion in 2035. It means this is and after is the single largest free trade area in the world in terms of population,
if well implemented.
Yes. So that is, you see, Trump, it's a blessing in disguise. It provides an opportunity for Africans to rethink, to look within.
How will we do it?
And say there, yes, there are markets out there, but let's look within and see how we can trade amongst ourselves. Because if you have 54 countries in Africa, at any point in time, each country will be trading with 53 countries.
At any point
in time.
53 countries accessible markets.
Yes. And this is huge.
Youthful population 1.4 billion.
Can you imagine? So Africans must begin to think inwardly. Trump is thinking inwardly. That's something that today it is Trump. Tomorrow it could be anybody at all.
Yeah.
So if tomorrow Putin or someone else, China decides that we are also going to do similar thing.
European Union.
Yeah. How are we going to survive? So first and foremost, the most important thing is to develop Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Let's strengthen our African market and make sure that in a way that if there are shocks coming from outside Africa, Africa will still be able to survive. For me, that's very important. Then if that is the case, what I started with, the issue of cost of production, is what is killing us. Okay, so Ghana, for example, what should the government do to bring down cost of production? And yesterday, I granted an interview. I brought up that issue. You see, CCR, actual Bank of Ghana, because of federal control, the inflation and exchange rate volatility in the system, we increased the policy rate to 28%. Banks charge their interest rate on the basis of the policy rate of the Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
Which means banks are still going to have a higher interest rate. And also businesses cannot borrow at a cheaper
28.
I mean, it's 35 to 40%.
It rose to 34%, 35%.
Yes, 30%. So it means it doesn't make our exporters competitive. It doesn't make our businessmen and women competitive. So my suggestion, which was also echoed by Mr. Alan Chamanton, is that if you go to Bank of Ghana, the tools they use to control money supply, mainly the policy rates, and also what you call the CRR, the cash reserve ratio, that bank biano, a certain percentage of your total deposit, you have to keep it with the central bank as a
Bank
reserve.
of Ghana, yes.
Some keep 15, some keep 20, some keep 25. Yes, it's tiered. Depending on your what you call loan deposit ratio. Now, that means I was go to Bank of Ghana. Or the whole it is not invested or the whole
reserve.
Or reserve or the whole So it is you. I want to repeat it. It's a tool that is used to control money supply. So you are fighting inflation from the demand end. That there won't be excess demand in the system. The same money, we can use about 20% of it. I don't know, yes, you know. Is that finance self-liquidating businesses. Businesses are so that ya channel the music ya from consumption. No, how inflation issue.
Yes.
This is production. So our export areas, let's 20% of this reserve into export at a concessionary rate, so that if the market rate is 35%, let's give them about 15%. Let's give our exporters this loan at about 15%. By so doing, you'll be fighting inflation from both demand end and supply end. Do you get the argument?
But then ultimately say rate, interest rate, so perform for more flexible.
Yes, because it doesn't any interest.
But say people at Bank of Ghana, they are aware of all these ideas.
Yeah. So
because but companies are.
I think that's the essence of the Exim Bank to cushion. And I think someone said more is it GIPA?
Yes.
Ghana Exporting Promotion Authority.
Yes.
To come up with some of these policies. But I agree with you.
Yeah.
But also sometimes it's the funding. That free money
can be given channeled to those
to Exim Bank and GIPA.
Yes. So I agree with you.
And more of such banks should be there.
Or better still, Development Bank, DBG, must focus on some of these things.
Yes.
So that you tailor those loans to companies into export.
Exactly.
And import substitution.
And we know
that
that for export crowd now, a lot of them, most statistics now, women. and I'm also the Women's Development Bank aba. So if they are reserved, many sure say many minimum capital requirement in a crowd for send 400 million, is more 38 million. I'm buying chateau.
No, 51 million. No,
51 million.
And we are for establishing the bank. It's not about
we're talking about a deposit. Total deposit.
Yes.
Total deposit. So, Obama, if we're able to do that, because can you imagine with high cost of production affecting your export prices, together with tariff, the situation is worse. So if you're able to, even in the face of tariff, if you're able to reduce your cost of production, it means your export prices, even with the tariff, you'll still be competitive on the market.
Yes, that's true.
So these are some of the things I believe there moving forward, and how to also add value. Most of these exports we are talking about, cocoa and those things are raw. Value addition. That is why we need to spend money. I have confidence in this governor. But the governor must collaborate with the Minister of Finance effectively to get to give us, there has to be proper intersection of policy rate and monetary rates to monetary policy to be able to resolve our economic issues.
Me that say, and many ajepa because same way the masuma adwome because enko how be as see amekwa kofa alu prayer sema bai because bese meje alote before say be ko flood in ho no yenhwe 7 minutes wo latest on the Reverend John Team Fojo allegations and the government are responding. If there is anything latest and the Monsuma gather from cocaine, saga, and money laundering, plane to Grand Canary and 5 spare tires in a Honza assembly.
Yo, before I go on, just want to add something to Nia.
Okay.
Uncle Bukayano. And on the Ministry of Trade, Nia, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Just to make sure, say, Yemana. Turn outside add value,
yes,
because raw exportation and higher. So just to add value, like the cocoa bean, for instance, we can convert into the paste and the powder before it goes. And we say it will create more jobs because the industry now more conversion from the beans to paste and powder a
longer value chain.
Exactly.
Okay,
and so that's why they named that ministry. Now on the issue of the cocaine, whatever. I think he said by now, Reverend Tim Fojo, Jennifer Queen, he has to come and apologize to Ghanaians. No, he has to he has to come in because TMU. One okay, say 2 aeroplanes, any cocaine, any other things. Therefore, is a contraband goods aba. And you see, interview he spoke like Obia. He has so much evidence. Say more correspondence, echo the press conference.
Was it based on intelligence?
Exactly. He didn't even say based on allegation. Intelligence, and that word is very key in security matters. Meaning, say you have concrete evidence. You are not dragging your feet. Even never already 20 page, he know that he has edited most of the things already 20 page, He has going to change some of the things. You spoke on behalf of the minority. Everybody knows a conference now here, is on behalf of you, but you spoke like somebody and you have so much evidence. And I think it's much ado about nothing. That is why I just say, and you be an edge say, Ghana be you. I'm telling you, some of them think Yengu are buying nothing. Yes, let's say these things. Ghana be say once Ghanaians are not happy, they will vote against them. That's how they do their politics. Which is completely wrong. No. Yes, sir. No. There were facts and figures behind it. Yankase or mine no say no. Yankase no. Inflation will go beyond 30%. Echo 54%. Yankase the best is to go for IMF. And you challenge us. Let them go here. So we said things with facts and figures. We work. No, you see, Obama, you have alleged, and I feel so. You even said it's intelligent. Reverend Tim Fojo, any abano who should provide evidence. Who are alleging? Come up with evidence. Now, up to now, you're not saying anything. Now, government communication minister, So Minister for Government Communication, I Ura Felix Kwachofosu. Ebe kaye ema ye video every nino, and still you challenge it. I'll bring your out, bring your video. HSM, who to meet your infonia, cocaine, Aeroplane. Bring all those in the and say yes. Up to now, you have nothing to say.
I see you've not invited him officially.
Enti Ura meba. Ura, if anything, Ura Felix Ekasayeno.
Yes.
One show videos and shemo. One should be until who then also maybe who then also no, you see exactly. So if you have a if you have a counter video, no, who your press conference, no, now all the change say, Monsieur, play in you. Okay, in you. Now be a but you can't do all this
intelligence and our sound alarm so far. Sani be on the surface. No, other than more invited officially.
The word crowd used to say intelligence, no. Who say so? We say my picking clear. Meaning say who be on nine SSU.
Tana making. Mon friend,
your friend Okoye.
I say mon friend.
That's what he's saying. No, I can't say your friend there. You believe that one? Your friend no. On say Okayana. Ora Mahama can say, we don't take such allegations ordinary. They are serious. Mama Kaye, ask him.
Got it to Facebook.
Yes. Say so he's going to involve all the stakeholders. No, all the agencies now they have to work on this. No, say quickly. Now, no so the Mbwa. Na to mean Ensano Wangasa. Up to now, what has he done? But Oshe, need them then grant interview, then use the social media. Say any fee. Any fee. And no, I'm talking after the press conference. No, send them then grant interview using social media. If you have any evidence, come out and supply the evidence to the appropriate agency. Are you aware? Say, saying the other second airline, near Med Air, medical room. They said they are going to see him.
I've not heard that.
But they also issue a response. So what you yes, and they have shown and they said they are going to even see him. So me I feel say if you have big intelligence, not say you concrete evidence, come before the security agencies. In fact, this one guy say, you don't even have to wait for invitation. They say, say something. Say something. Say something.
But
so why can't you even walk to the agency with everything?
The problem I have had with this whole aircraft assembly, Ghana airports and a plane no mean person like a member of parliament or defense
exactly
committee or your ranking member.
I serious. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I will get there.
And what be making allegation say our intelligence that plane nearby and cocaine ne money laundering processes na no for purposes. Why a press conference or representing minority? What stops the Ghana Airport Company from omuna ebe clarify? 1, 2. What stops the government or a member of parliament or privilege? Yan speaker say ya to yan suffering so far. Yan and security agencies be ane renting for Joasia. And yanam social media. And yes, the reputation of the country.
That is the intention. I don't know if someone watch TV into me bao. I say Ghana Airport Company. Under Ministry of Transport.
Right.
Exactly. And I feel so. Honorable Felix Osukwachi. I say Kwachu Fosu. Minister in charge of government communication.
True.
And from the Ministry of Interior, National Security. All the agencies Okasama Ubia.
Feeding with him.
Yes.
Okay.
A press conference. And my information because one say I didn't see any political from the minority group. So say government and so said that NDC government is engaging in those activities. So say Nipana Okasama NDC government will come and clarify the issues. And a press conference. And my time I playing a 2 year baby and my reason why I playing a far Ghana two places now and say my video evidence and you're still doubting it. And who also you are picking intelligence, you have not been able to supply anything to the media houses. And America, so if you think the government is telling lies, whatever you have, our press conference, now it's why show the evidence, project on the screen. No, no, be one. I am telling you, you draw. This, let me tell you, see, that game we, I tell you, 2014, 2015, 2016. These are the things just for them to win election. You need 8 years. No, oh, you cannot go to heaven with stolen Bible. Nobody can go to heaven. Okay, let's give the management of this nation. And I did show 2017. We saw the output.
Okay.
The output was nothing but completely useless. One, this is the same game we play up to now, no? Because say Abanipa, I hear Felix, honorable. Waka evidence. Now say still how you disagree. What stops you from bringing your counter evidence?
Okay.
No be who say Abano. So very simple.
Okay. Oh, evidence are now there, but was he who alleges must prove. Queen. What the assembly chika kradia na yes you ne reverend team for your crap and yes more information.
Oh yes, some more information or a member of parliament Bibian who is seen a coin say officer bibi hwehwe na so a ontimi ma o man no yente yeti krom ha and what is say cathedral almost almost beto aso. What was it?
But it's a local government minister, yeah.
Suggestions, also. So, over to us. What a handsome
Mate.
What? Into Yaku Drukas, what now can go from here.
Mate, a microphone in America.
So, I won't mean
Mate.
Fantastic.
A suggestion, but a yet government decision.
The fact that Omunya are going to cry suggesting say about to us on low cry special kids. Isn't it the same cathedral? Yera ofoso friends who run say foreign affairs minister what they say okujeto ablakwa da bia na okita nkrata asofo mo denigrate o asofo bi eta o machi asofo bi withdraw from the board the same way and on baba to aso eti sometimes no a member of parliament no every right so be there was nothing wrong with that but no yera intim fojo ehu bibi na office on tiase na obisa ti your questions no be so it is a supplement sikaya
question do say intelligence yeah two different things
o kan wa some me kan wonu masam ma adaya supplement sikaya okohu ye anu o kan mo be ka kire say fake alaji bi dia say o ye Burkina alaji so ye Malian alaji so ye Cote d'Ivoire alaji so ye Togo alaji so ye Ghana alaji ye nim it turned out to be say scanning nyina ye fake and I saw a video on social media now I say RMD Bank of Ghana boxes cramp on I'm say
dear Richard Jack Pamosa B so no
I don't know say is in relation to the same supplement issue now
yes
say Bank of Ghana boxes sikano so I say fake they go adaka na mu na bie so ne ade o my Ghana na yete o can say see something say something right it is who bibi no o kan de di nkan odi bisa oye ranking member in parliament asamene ba foforo no se ade ntimi onko yia no oton safre o mo so mo ye in charge no mra no ma explain it to the committee o se initially no kro mo je tumu so okay o ba frɛ o mo a ade no o mo nsama mo maba e kire no o mo say counter way say o mo kro mo ma na mo chana ye Rafael Sofosu kwachi or a government communications minister na de na ye de
or a spokesperson for government
for government anyway ministry na say presidential portfolio
ministry first na your ministry of information
onto no boase Ira ko jo pon krom wadi friend say information minister da Sheikh Mustafa wadi minister da the same position wadi bi da wan hwe obawie no na asam na kwakọ wie ba bia ontimi misa wa no ye bi so say flight kro no be duru ye no ye dum kane a airport for about 1 hour say you can call off a pan passing so a bastard tie all and am mentre wade say airline be na wiem no nya problem na op save London crew bena I think some send signal is that not the case so it means that the airport company no more aware say be land where time mark so omanya bus tie omo fuel aviation fuel problems ombe fuel way ombe fix it tie there be ni nyina omunim the question now is I didn't know aviation for no make bibi ankyere tio you run team for join some of the aton I didn't aviation make ka hwenkyere now you for swamp ofosu kwache didn't cry no me.
Felix.
Didn't kwachi ofosu anase ofosu.
Felix kwachi fosu.
Kwachi ofosu. Kwachi fosu. Aha.
Kwachi ofosu.
Or your government spokesperson or a minister of state. But is he also serving as mouthpiece to security agencies, whom we are demanding answers from? On a Casamo or Macasama for. Yes, or Casama by say, and answer or mamma briefing. And over Casano or Casanswa, there be any wofu. Oh, and there be any wolf and a son or Casa.
Oh, son or Casanya before.
Eh, no, the son of mammy and papa.
Oh, no, on the Casasa.
And I mean, so on the Casasa, 10 young Casasa or no Casasa. Namcasa, no, Sasuban or the son. We're going to be at the wolf for church as a man and wolf. And we will call you, we will arrest you, we will do this. Threaten the panel necessarily. Trouble when you catati say. Na power free unsa. A transient position and power, a transient. It can be taken away from you at any given time. There are alarming questions ayabisa that needs answers. See about two bossy as a government spokesperson. We are minister of state. No are two bossy about chitrim. And as I read social media, just social media buoha, over just to go into. Say a video from the buy require 2080 videos be a see a bruchile krobiso any a diaba. I don't know more in charge, airport company for aviation from Rano Mumechim. What is stopping them from, organizing press conference, calling more media houses, explaining to more? But you get my point.
Yeah.
Non church to confirm or to, we say, as some reverend team for your can correct and answer no correct. You understand? And for some of the before, Casasa, the beyond the buffon. For Sukwachi, sorry. You're for some of so mamma or several grammar office, former national chairman.
Yeah.
Or some more grammar office.
Or vice president.
Could there be seminar side? Women are 92. Timina Chiriba. What you say? Eh? The beyond the wolf. I was someone in a casa because it's only when I had my honey. Walk for press conference and I quite down. Sadaka chance a rubber about shows to say, yeah, when you have a tray. We got your before cast of any panty. Brabetre was a moo. Yawaha, yanka being shabu, mobile front, what am I doing? Yanko bay? No more cassa, you copy a supplement, a year, MPP need be that, the Diantinia by Yaniachi, hey, Yachi. I didn't remember Tramufia cassa. You mean about national security. And they say, they work undercover. Uti, it is our position most of the time. Obi oye core party person, gidi. Obi oye vocal, obi o debi ati say me ameti ya kasa yi. So position most of the time, yan time from ma. Din on say the anke butu din.
Yes.
Ne dia man oye na dwuma. On tenenka.
That's ochi bibi so there so ma obi.
Ya bia wo. When men kasa wo hu. Me nua Mustafa Bandi there. What TV so 130 euro for your markings. The bia wo pro eno ase no ne alata ni bi ko okanda. Boni ni team no mo ko so ma block kwan.
Benedict Peters.
No boni na ekon so block kwan. Ube kom no na e fie susu se e bi obi yonko. Yesu se te o se ya Rambo Star Takashi. Position the amount as a national security operative and as a coordinator in charge of operations. Capra the woman at a form. Yachi container 40 feet sika $. Yetwa wo mu. Ye we say fake. Ade no bosome mi ensa bosome nani. Ye se brabetre. We want to make some no make so fear and panic in Musa system no mu. Then you leave it like that. Brabetre mu wana na sika ne ya ne dia mo se alaji bi dia alaji bai. Alaji no ye hwan. Wo ye CPP alaji. Wo ye MPP alaji. Wo ye NDC alaji. Wo ye Cote d'Ivoire, wo ye Congo, wo ye Benin, wo ye Cotonou alaji. Let us know what is happening because you can't just come and raise an accusation and let friends say certain friends say way into the system. Then you leave us with fear and panic. No jayeho, no can trust and when the man is demanding for questions, munina ma tending more attack way on them. I don't want to use certain word this morning on him. And I'm moye yana basa basa. Me wa some no obisa na nkasa no. Or say, well yeah, we member. Say what ma di omo ye. They just want to arrest the man. But also a member of parliament. There's a procedure that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Through the speaker of parliament. But what you say?
Yes.
On person mo cheno. Ya chena ya say for evidence bra. Man and catch uko hu no. Okay, ya ma bail dem. No ya dem na say era lutemu hey ya chino ye ni abose ni agi. That's it.
And no more pay.
And nko asa.
Well.
Wo yes ade dey we are the day no. Wo di muaya na aba. Wo the question, wo the answers no aba. Flight na belande wa hampa. Sa blue and orange flight amutwa ya udi ye video security and I no crese elande because the friends and some of them can tell say sa flight try cross at the time amutwa now is Europe kuro bi so. Say Spain o say hefa baby this wo. Eti brabe chire mani pante. Ye bufo ni nyina fa to nchen. Wan kasa kura wo kakra bi da kuro de bufo kasa sa no watu Felix of so watch me more do chen. Kakra bi. Uma bufo kasa sa kekekeka. Na a small can afa wi baby kura no mampani be ka say there should be a committee of inquiry into this situation. Na yen twetwem mimiti yera John
science
but me ba anka science
no mama
I beg you
science
the issue was there nobody
Obama
was responding
the thing
no
corrected the thing no yeah mama
the first person who responded to aircraft assembly was the president.
Exactly. First person
onto the mechanism that was
before
when
Felix came after all the investigations.
I issue yera team fojo I raise the alarm na e koso na mampanisi no appropriate quarters na omuye in charge ni nyina amra.
Yes.
Sana make ka say Felix was
Felix was briefed to talk.
Okay.
Na make na say. Na sama mampani ba kan wie no no Felix Ofosu kwa che be ka say. Mampani asem na okan kra more or less no. Oso no okasama na ho. Na tia no mbachi owura no mba friend no dey call him. Ya be ka say na mo ka say mo fro bi ata.
No,
Felix press conference no after the investigation.
Friends Obama wuti. Emfie 9 woni ye bedin sa oso se mampani anyi no a. Emfie na won kra so ye darling boy to betena omfie na obetwa. Wo de mo mpa se yenyi ne nkodi biara. Ye obetena ho abni ya be kasa ne ya be ko de abufo ne ya be ko sa mfie 9. It will go against him.
Okay.
Hypertension ye common.
That's high.
Ebo.
Yeah.
Cocaine say we here crazy discuss. I'm say who evidence and so you discuss
Obama the allegations was made to have a certain effect. I mean Makade until he provides evidence he's being irresponsible as a leader of this country. So
as a whistleblower
I'm coming. So Obi let's say like I normally use the word ordinary Ghanaian. If an ordinary Ghanaian makes such allegation, the effect on the nation is minimal because ordinary Ghanaian no so suspect the cocaine be and as more intelligence the cocaine be recorded. This is an MP. Honestly, ranking member for
defense and interior. Yeah.
Nase, I got the intelligence. Also, pay our intelligence. I first heard him on one station, and son of a press conference. I was watching him, and I was alarmed. There, Omeki Dam allegation. I was expecting there to provide evidence thereafter, because say if the caliber, because of where he has gotten to in politics, so Okasadama, the international community was the way to do power. And so if you are making allegation against your nation, you see, it is different there. I mean, Obama, to destroy your reputation as an individual. And it's also different to make a statement or affect the reputation of the whole country. Because the issue of drugs and money laundering are major issues in the global politics and economic are a serious issue. If I say I got the intelligence, just there, he used the avenues, the protocols in parliament, the protocols to say that this is the information that has come up. Two, I feel so. Also, it provide evidence. Bibi ocha there on your botilmuka na more video evidence or picture and also document bi ocha there planes no obeying cocaine drugs no onye money laundering to obey na say ntuma here damazi so ochina so yabada sorry and the same person will make another allegation without evidence. That the whole nation will have to come and sit down and discuss it. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to be very blunt here. You see, MPP is using the same playbook they used in 2016. I've said this, on different platforms. The playbook they used in 2016, while there, Why accuse Mr. Muhammad there? Why go to hotel or Dubai? No, were they able to prove it?
8 years they couldn't do that.
But Ghana for an the papa no we can discuss that to hotels. What kind there? Why the bribe or Airbus scandal? But you want to prove here. Last minute in Yana,
Special prosecutor.
Yes, the man no nyasembia was no. Into the same playbook na yen in fact of to system nimu. And uncle for an to make the government look bad is what they are doing.
Okay.
That is why I'm telling you, if a Ghana in papa, a Ghana in your dogana, na say we evidence there, obinum is cocaine, na money launderers, but say Ghana. And then SM evidence in Mumfo Mosisia, Mochana, Mpade Kasa, and Sanam is the evidence in Abba. Then you are not a good Ghanaian.
Okay.